So for under $300, you could have solar power for your apartment. Today we're going to be looking at the Zoupw N-type solar panels. Now these things are 180 watts, and as you can see, I'm outside in the heat in late June. Testing these out so you guys can see a size comparison. I'm about 6'1", so these panels are probably about 3 feet by 3 feet. I'll put the actual measurements on the screen for you right now. But these are super compact. These things fold up in this fantastic carrying case that they come with. They come with all of the cables that you'll need. And yeah, they're just very portable, easy to store, very slim, and fantastic for just in case use for solar panels. Now, in addition to the solar panels that you're seeing here from the company called Zoupw, which I partnered with on this video, they didn't pay me, but they did send this out for my review. Very late, I might add. They sent this to me, I'm not going to say how long ago, but it was not optimal weather like it is now. It's fantastic weather. Where I'm at, very sunny. So this is the kind of perfect scenario you'd like to use this kind of product for. This thing here comes with so many different cables. Let me grab them to show you. So in addition to the short cables which they have, which I have it plugged into the power station right now where it's charging via solar panel, very fastly I might add, they also have these longer cables with every type of adapter you need, including an Anderson cable. And they have a bunch of tips for any tip you might need to change depending on how you want to input your power, from A through K. And so plenty of literally everything you need. You have the solar panels, you have the cables, you have the adapters, and you have an amazing, sleek and clean Zoupw carrying case. It takes up very little to no space in your house. This thing's very slim. It could sit behind your luggage. This could fit under your bed. This could fit anywhere. But I'm using these solar panels in addition to this Anker Solix power station that I purchased. This is probably one of the smallest power stations you can buy, but I got this for a super amazing deal. This is 288 watts and it's DC power only. DC is different than AC power. AC power is kind of what you have in your standard American outlets, and DC is pretty much USB-C power. That's a very simplified way of looking at it, and you can also charge this up and use power via your typical car socket. So they have multiple USBs, many fast charging USB-Cs, and obviously they have a solar power in via XT60 cable. Now you might be thinking, what's the use case for this? The number one option for this is probably camping, but I think people probably don't go as camping or it's not as popular as I'd like to think it is. I think a few people camp a lot, but not a lot of people camp. But for me, someone who doesn't really camp, I'd love to, and I might start getting into that. But for just backup power, if you're someone that likes to be a prepper or survival guy, and you're like, I need solar panels, but I live in an apartment. I need solar power, but I don't have the space. I need solar power, but I don't have tens of thousands of dollars. These are not the kind of solar panels that you would put on your roof. These are more so for just emergency power, backup, camping, off-roading, different things like that. So these are really cool, really compact, and really capable. You might be thinking, how much does all this cost? I don't have a bunch of money laying around that I can spend on what if or backup power or camping solar. So do you want to know how much these solar panels cost? These give you about 180 watts of solar power, which is enough to power a small power station like this. And the solar panels, 180 watts. Oh, that's kind of hot. That's really doing its job. You can currently get this on Amazon for $180. $180 for 180 watts. A small power station like this, very fast. You can charge this thing up and you can have power throughout the day for charging your small electronics. This is not going to power your refrigerator, but if you need to give power to your phone, your laptop, all your other smaller devices, this can 100% do that. This also has a lantern and many other really cool features. Another reason I got this versus its same sized AC brother is it's actually more efficient to use the power in DC and not convert it over to AC because you lose power that way. So I picked the most efficient, smallest power station possible. Costco had this for an insane deal. I think I got this for $109. This came with the power station itself, the Anker Solix C300DC, I believe I said that right. And it also came with a power, very short, probably 6 inches USB-C cable and a 100-watt USB-C brick. To get all that for $110 is insane. Shout out to my favorite store, Costco. So with $110 here, which apologies, you're not going to find that deal available online now. You can look for other similar deals. But let's just say you can find it for what I found it for. $110 here, $180 here. So for under $300, you could have solar power for your apartment. So maybe you don't need something this comprehensive, like a big setup like this, and you don't have multiple people you live with. Maybe you're a student. Maybe you just need to make sure your phone has power in the case of a power outage, and you just need to charge up your cell phone. You can get something like this. For about $30 to $40, you can get this foldable solar panel. It actually comes with not a battery inside, but it comes with a USB-C, so you can power directly from the solar panels into your cell phone or whatever device you need to charge. It comes with USB-A, because this is an older one I got, but you could definitely find this for USB-C. So I'll put the link for some more updated versions of something like this that's very cost effective, 30 to 40 bucks, and you have solar power for just your cell phone. My knees hurt. I'm in my 30s now. That actually low-key hurt, bro. Now the solar panels are, you can't go wrong. I think if you picked one thing from this list of items to purchase, it would definitely be the larger solar panels, because you just never know when you're going to need solar power. Not just for yourself, but others, and it's always good to be prepared. I actually have big enough windows